Hi YouTube, my name is Eric and I'm here in beautiful Medellin, Colombia. So basically what I wanted to talk about today was the idea and the thought of solo travel and how important it is to make sure that we're getting out there and we're exploring and we're seeing the world. So I decided to come here to Medellin. Today is August the 21st. So it's approximately one day before I go back to New York, back to home. And I just wanted to say the decision to really come to Colombia alone, of course, in the beginning was a very, very scary decision, but nonetheless, I definitely enjoyed, coming to Colombia, coming to Medellin. As always, travel is amazing. You learn about different foods, cultures, you meet different people, you go to different bars, different liquors in the country. But not only that, you get to really explore yourself and you get to figure out a lot of things that I feel don't really come when you're in an environment where you're very comfortable and you know people. I think solo travel gives you the opportunity to self-reflect and always become the better version of yourself and just really put yourself out there and enjoy the feeling of loneliness, because no one talks about that in videos, but you do feel lonely at times. But in that loneliness comes a greatness, because you get to see how far you can push yourself in an environment that is completely different and uncomfortable and something that you obviously know nothing about. But there needs to be a willingness to learn, and that's what's important. Came here, just a little backstory. First night, terrible. I flew with an airline, it's called Spirit Airlines, and apparently my bag never made the connecting flight, which was in Fort Lauderdale. So I had no clothes. Pretty much I had no underwear, clothes, and had no toothbrush, had no soap. I was stranded in Medellin. I had none of the basic necessities. The only thing that I pretty much had was my laptop and my money, because those came on my carry-on. So of course I had to navigate around the city alone. I had to figure out where I could get cheap, quick clothes that I could be able to wear until or if my luggage was found. All of that being said, my luggage ended up arriving the next day, late at night, around 8 p.m. And so at that point I felt really comfortable to kind of go out and explore the city. So the first night was a night of me staying in the house, trying to gather my belongings, figure out what I'm going to do, not even knowing if my suitcase was going to arrive or make it to Medellin. It was very, very hard. On top of that, realizing that you just arrived to a country by yourself and that there is no cushion. And so all of that to be said, second night luggage came. I definitely went out that night, got pretty drunk. I don't want to talk about it. It was pretty bad. I was hammered, but in that drunkenness, I found that people were very nice. They helped me around. They helped me navigate. The first time I went to Parque Llenas, which is completely like a tourist area, but people were very helpful. They helped me navigate the city. And on top of that, I met these three people. Two of them were from Louisiana. One was from Alabama. So I met these Southern Americans who were amazing. They were great. They had been here for a couple months, so they kind of helped me navigate as well. And then the next day after that, what ended up happening was that I actually met this guy from Mexico, and it was pretty much amazing, and we hung out quite a bit, and I really enjoyed myself. Met also this guy who worked at a bar, he's Colombian, and who told me all the places to go, and actually offered to take me around Laureles. It's the area neighboring El Poblado. And for the most part, everything is great, and I can't really complain. But again, a lot of people don't talk about the loneliness you feel. I was lucky, I just so happened to put myself out there. And when you put yourself out there, guess what happens? People flock to you. Guess what happens? People flock to you. So yeah, solo travel can be lonely sometimes, but in that loneliness, you push yourself out of your comfort zone. And once you do that, it shows you what you're really made of. I would not have been able to meet the people that I've met had I not pushed myself out of my comfort zone. And I really, really want you guys to understand that solo travel is not a bad thing, and it's not a bad thing to feel lonely. You're gonna feel lonely, but within that loneliness, in that box of kind of loneliness tendencies, comes what I believe to be your true character, your true personality, how you are when your back's against the wall, who you are when you have no choice but to be social, when you have no choice but to speak the language, when you have no choice but to figure it out. And that is something that like you honestly can't pay for. You learn so much about yourself, and I really highly encourage everyone to kind of get out there and please travel, go see the world, push yourself out of your comfort zone. What comes out of pushing yourself out of that box is something beautiful, and it's something that you really can't pay for. You get self-discovery, self-reflection, and you meet people, and you have fun. And Lord knows, if you're looking for a soulmate, don't know where that's gonna go. If you're looking for a soulmate, don't know where or who it's gonna be. So what other reason do you have not to travel? So yeah, basically I just wanted to do this video. I wanted to do a short video explaining what I learned during my trip here in Medellin. And actually, I just want to emphasize, I personally enjoy self-travel. I find it easier to navigate and do the things that you want to do. I'm free-spirited. I prefer to just march to the beat of my own drum and figure it out. And it's always garnered me great results. Again, my name is Eric. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you want to hear more about my Colombia travel. See and hear more about my travels. See more things about Colombia. There's a video coming up about cost difference, which I think will be very, very informative. Another video about being American in Colombia, because that's a whole different thing. And then being a Black American on that, like that's a whole other spin. And I know for my Black people that love to travel, people are really, really looking for information and material on that. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about Colombia, I can answer it to the best of my ability. But again, that's my experience. Everyone's gonna have a different experience. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. See you guys later. Bye. Bang, 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 bang.